Welcome to the Online Services Alcoholic Beverages Tax Webfile demonstration for registered distributors and out-of-state direct shippers. To begin, log into your New York State Online Services business account. If you haven't created an Online Services business account, visit the Online Services section of our website to learn how. Select the menu icon located in the upper left of your account summary page. From the drop-down menu, select Other Taxes, then select Alcoholic Beverages Tax Webfile. Next, you will be presented with a short questionnaire asking for basic information about the selected filing period. To learn more about a specific field or question, select the blue question mark icon beside it. In the section headed Filing Information, select the filing period from the Filing Period drop-down menu. Note that you can't file a return before the end of the filing period unless you are permanently discontinuing your business for ABT purposes, and this will be your final return. If you are filing an amended return, indicate this by checking the appropriate button. If you need to cancel one or more of your ABT registrations, or if this will be your final return, indicate this by selecting Yes in the Cancel Registration section. If you are cancelling one or more of your ABT registrations, you will be prompted to select the registrations you'd like to cancel. If you are closing your business, you will be prompted to enter your last day of business. When you are ready to proceed, select Continue. This will bring you to the Return Summary page. You can stop and save your work at any time by selecting Save and Exit, located on the top right of the page, allowing you to continue your filing later. The Filing Information section will provide you with a summary of the selected filing period. The Return Summary section lists the alcoholic beverage products you must provide information for. To add products to this list, select them from the Add Product drop-down menu, then select the Add button. To enter filing information, select the product type. For the demonstration, we will be selecting liquor and beer or braggot. First, we will select liquor and wine with more than 24% ABV. On the New York State Tax Details page, you will be asked for detailed information about the product type you selected. In the section headed Inventory and Purchases, enter the requested information about your inventory for the filing period. In the Deductions section, enter information about deductions from your inventory, if any. If you have any New York City activity to report, indicate this by selecting Yes in the section headed Computation of Tax. To compute your New York State tax due, select Calculate. Your total New York State tax due will now be displayed in the Computation of Tax section. When you are ready to proceed, select Continue. If you indicated that you had New York City activity to report, you will be directed to the New York City Tax Details page. Provide any applicable New York City deductions in the Deductions section. Then select Calculate to compute your New York City tax due. Your total New York City tax due will now be displayed in the Computation of Tax section. When you are ready to proceed, select Continue. This will bring you back to the Return Summary page. In the Return Summary section, if you have additional alcoholic beverages to report, select the type that applies. For our second example, we will select direct shipper, beer or Bragot. On the New York State Tax Details page in the Computation of Tax section, you will be asked for the taxable gallons shipped directly to the New York State consumers during the filing period. If you have any New York City activity to report, indicate this by selecting Yes. To compute your New York State tax due, select Calculate. When you are ready to proceed, select Continue. If you indicated that you had New York City activity to report, you will be directed to the New York City Tax Details page. In the Computation of Tax section, enter the taxable gallons shipped directly to New York City consumers during the filing period. Then select Calculate to compute your New York City tax due. Your total New York City tax due will now be displayed. When you are ready to proceed, select Continue. This will bring you back to the return summary page. Once all information has been provided for a specific product, a green check mark will appear in the status column for that product. You must complete all sections that apply to the alcoholic beverages you purchase, produce or sell. However, if you are only an out-of-state direct shipper, you only have to complete information for the alcoholic beverage types you sell directly to New York State consumers. When you have provided information for all required product types, select Continue. On the Attach Documents page, you will be able to attach supporting documentation for the filing period. In the Purchases Schedule section, attach the required purchases schedules by selecting Choose a File. Use your browser to locate the appropriate file. Then select Upload File to attach the schedule to your filing. In the Sales Schedule section, attach the required sales schedules by selecting Choose a File. Then select Upload File to attach the schedule to your filing. In the New York City Schedules section, attach the applicable New York City schedules by selecting Choose a File. Then select Upload File to attach the schedule to your filing. To delete an attachment, select the trash can icon beside it. If you are only an out-of-state direct shipper, you are not required to complete or attach any schedules. When you are ready to proceed, select Continue. This will bring you to the Tax Due Details page. In the section headed Tax Due Details, we will provide you with a summary of your total tax due. Below a section headed Payment Information will show the total amount due listed as the payment amount. You may change this payment amount, but be aware that paying less than the total amount due may subject you to penalties and interest. When you are ready to proceed, select Continue. The Pay from Bank Account page will allow you to make a direct debit payment from a checking or savings account. To make a payment, enter your bank routing number. The bank name should populate automatically. Next, enter and confirm your bank account number. Select the account type from the drop-down box and enter the name of the account holder. If you would like us to save your bank account information for future filings, check the box labeled Save Bank Account. If the return you are filing is not late, you will have the option to schedule your payment to a future date. You cannot schedule a payment later than the return's due date. We will not debit your account for more than the amount authorized. When you are ready to review your return, select Continue. This will bring you to the Review and Verify page. To review your information, select View. To make changes, select Edit. If no changes are needed, review the e-signature section and select Submit. On the transaction confirmation page, you will receive a confirmation number to show that your return has been received. You should print this confirmation page for your records by selecting Print. To print or save a copy of your entire return, select View Print Form. This completes our demonstration. If you have any questions, please visit our website for further information. Thank you for your interest in New York State online services.